Welcome to the show where stories unfold.
Let's go.
People doing big things, breaking the mold. They're changing the game, making waves every day.
Big move.
Shining bright with the work that is right.
Shine on.
This is breaking the silence with Nicky
Nicky on the building.
Unleash your inner voice and make some
Turn up.
noise.
Welcome to the Breaking the Silence podcast with Arthur and Nicky Nicole. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell your cousin, tell your friend, tell your neighbor to come over here and break the silence to Arthur and Nicky Nicole. Welcome to another powerful episode. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the conversation.
I remember the day like it was yesterday. We were at the hospital waiting for Maya to arrive. My daughter was in labor and the excitement mixed with nerves filled the air. Then suddenly everything changed. They had to rush her into a C-section. I admit I was scared. My heart was pounding, hands trembling, praying that everything would be okay. So me and my wife, we left the hospital and we waited at my niece's house. Time was just crawling like it never been before, just slow. Every few minutes, I'm checking my phone, desperate for news. Then my phone goes off and it was a photo of Maya. That moment I saw him, tiny, perfect, I cried like I never cried before. Not just tears, but the ugly cry tears. And I cried for a while. I had never felt a love like that before. From that moment on, he had my heart, and I knew I would do anything, and I mean anything, to protect him. Welcome to another episode of Holy, I'm Doing It Again. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending a moment with me and learning about my journey of motherhood after 2 decades ago. Today's topic is, how do you juggle being a mother again after 2 decades and you're also a grandma? I wasn't raised around my grandparents, so this role meant more to me than I could ever say. I didn't meet my grandparents until I was in my late teens. And shortly after I met them, they passed away. Now I'm grateful for the time I had with my grandparents, because you know why? I was able to create a few memories with them that will last a lifetime. My grandmother loved gardening, and it amazed me how she could just have a conversation with the seed. And it growed. And not just grew, but it grew big and beautiful. She was also one of the best bakers in town. She would bake a banging cake every Thanksgiving Day. I will never forget the day she cooked me some okras, right? And Lord knows I hate okras, y'all, because they were just nasty. I couldn't stand the slime, right? And her response was, well, you eat mine. And guess what? I tore them up. It was no slime. I don't know what she did to it, but it was so good. My grandfather and I shared the love of music. We both played the keys and we sang. We would have like these competitions or these sessions together where he would play on the white keys and I would play on the black keys. I just wish I had more time with them both. And being the best grandmother I could be to Maya wasn't just a title. To me, it was a mission. He's my little pastor. And I named him Maya Alexander. And Alexander means the great. Because I said to my daughter, I said, you know what? He's going to be great one day. He's my little pastor. The light of my life. He loves gospel music, especially the song Take a Ride by the spiritual voices of Washington, D.C. Been playing that song for him since he was literally a baby. And when that song plays, you think we were at church because his spirit just lifts up like no other. And the crazy part about it, all he does is listen to gospel songs. He even goes to sleep to this song. And whenever he's not around and this song plays, it reminds me of him every single time. Then Gabby was born, and my world shifted again. Now I was balancing the love for my heir and Gabby. But you know what? It might have been beautiful, confusing, and the most humbling challenge of my life, but the most rewarding at the same time. And my heir is so attached to me. And I had to learn how to open my heart wider for Gabby at the same time, who came into our lives after years of praying. My wife and I always dreamed of raising a child together, but life was challenging. It challenged us in so many ways, with my wife having cervical cancer and me facing early menopause, multiple health conditions from sarcoidosis in my lung and liver to congestive heart failure, high blood pressure, and being anemic. And for a long time, it felt impossible. Then this miracle came. God blessed us with Gabby. Now, how she came along is a story for another day. But I can tell you this. She is a dream come true, a promise fulfilled, and a love that fills every corner of my heart and can move me like nobody else can move me. And I can tell, that she really loves me because it's moments where I may appear upset. And she just this calming that comes over me and calms me all the way down. Before Gabby and my ear, there was my crew, Cassidy, Jayla, and Jacoby, and Kenny. Kenny was born 3 months before my ear. Not Kenny, Jacoby, I'm sorry. Jacoby was born 3 months before my ear in February. I was so excited about him coming because, my birthday is in February. I was like, yes, a February baby. And they came first and stole my heart. And there's nothing in this world that I wouldn't do for any of them. And I'm so blessed to have them all. Every one of them came along at a time I needed them the most. I've been a single mother to two amazing children. I fought every day to protect, care for, and provide for them. But sometimes I feel like, I failed them. I felt the sting of judgment too. People creating their versions of my story and painting me as the villain in their story. But despite it all, I still kept going. Motherhood has been so rewarding and challenging for me. It has been one of the hardest jobs I've ever had. I feel like I've been fighting all my life for my children to be proud of me. And I still feel like I'm fighting to make it to that finish line. One thing for certain is I am different. I'm a different person now than I was decades ago. I am more wiser. I think about the future more now than ever. And those kids are the fuel that keeps me going. I want to be better every day. I want to make Gabby proud, to show her the world that I never had and couldn't give decades ago and work to give. But somehow, I still feel like I failed. So what happens when you're called mama and grandma or nana at the same time? You stretch yourself thin, you cry, you love deeper than you ever imagined, you learn grace, patience, and how to show up. Sometimes imperfectly, but always with your whole heart. You realize that motherhood doesn't expire, it evolves. It's not starting over, it's starting wiser. It might be different this time, but you know what? grateful that I have another opportunity to get it right. And you become a bridge between generations, a garden of legacy. You become the blueprint for them to follow. So here's my question to you. Might be several questions within one, especially if you're out there juggling these roles, facing doubts, or loving through challenges. What kind of legacy are you becoming? What kind of blueprint are you creating for the ones who come behind you? Are you holding on to hope? Are you showing up for the ones you love, even when it's hard? Reflect on those questions and think about your life and the things that you've been through and currently going through on this journey of motherhood. Because we both know that life can get really challenging, especially when you're juggling the world on your shoulders. I want to thank you for tuning into another episode of Holy, I'm Doing It Again. And I hope that you will continue to show up as I carry you on this journey of the things that have changed over the last 24 years and how it feels for me to be on this journey of motherhood again. So if this story has touched your heart, I invite you to join me on this journey. Subscribe to the Breaking the Silence with Nikki Nicole, where real stories of motherhood, second chances, in my case, third chance, and love unfold every week. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear that they're not alone and that they are enough. Because when you're called mom and grandma at the same time, you're doing something beyond description. You were made for this. So thank you once again for listening. Until next time, keep loving, keep rising, and keep becoming the blueprint for the ones that come behind you. Until next time, y'all hang in there. You got this.
Better days, slowly but surely it's a better space that'll raise my mind, so I meditate till I levitate, I elevate, but I learn not to hesitate no more, keep moving forward, chase my goals and focus more towards it, hate the lows but I need those to flourish, place my goals in front, that's what's important. So I ask myself what inspires me, breaking out of my shell, feeling yo shot quiet me, and now I'm breaking the silence like I'm Nick in the cold, let's go. Promise you gon' see better days. Gotta keep going till you see them. Promise you gon' see better days. You gotta keep going till you see them.